Hi, I'm Zach. Today we're going to show you how to maximize your speed potential by properly using the Glute Ham Machine. So this is Scott Calamar. He was a former Arizona Diamondback, and he started with me at a 7.3 60 time, and after 3 years we were able to get him down into the 6.7 range, and he was able to play professional baseball. And now, after pro baseball, what are you doing now?
I'm ranked 23rd in the world in professional long drive for golf. So
what's your max golf? What's the most you've ever hit?
Biggest ball I've ever hit in competition is 456 yards. So consistently over 400 yards, and it's pretty crazy.
Pretty remarkable. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to use the Glute Ham, and that's what we're going to do right now. So we're going to have a link at the end of the episode, and this is a prior episode we showed. In order to be able to do the Glute Ham, you got to be able to do this exercise here with 20 pounds. So go ahead and just demonstrate a single leg.
Single leg?
Yep. One. You don't have to contract, just up and down. Just up and down. Yeah, just like that. So you want to be able to do that for 15 reps, no problem. With 20 pounds, this is 15 pounds. And once you can do that, once the athlete can do that, you know they're ready for the Glute Ham. All right, so now we're going to demonstrate the hamstring. Go ahead on here. So he's about an inch. If he comes out, go ahead back. So we're setting him up so his knees are about an inch below the pad line here. That's how we know he can pull back with the hamstrings efficiently, and it's not going to be too much torque on the lower portion of the hamstring. We're going to show you how to move it up from there, but this is our initial start point. Okay, and what he wants to do is be able to do this right here with 20 pounds. And once he gets to 20 pounds, then we're going to move this up another notch so he's actually an inch above the pad, and then we can start working him at that angle to really get the hamstring strong. So right here, this is the angle that he's going to drive from back, okay? So if you notice here, just a slight, his back's just slightly in this shape, just like that here. Notice how he's not leading with his back. Go ahead down and show it like a wrong way. That's what people do, okay? Now, and drive back. Do the right technique and drive back. And then he just pulls, and he holds there for 2 seconds. 1, 2, back down, pull, 1, 2, back down, pull. That's the angle we're trying to achieve, okay, refs? So another thing is when you're teaching this, and now we're going to show the wrong way where his head dips and his body dips and he gets too much of an angle this way. Go ahead and show that. Yeah, and go ahead. Okay. And now we're losing a lot of the glute connection with the hamstring, okay? So that's why this angle is so important, because it's connecting the glutes with the hamstring, aka Glute Ham Machine, okay? So that's why when he's doing this, the angle is very, very important, and you want to feel like when he's here, he's leading a little bit with the glute, and he's really pulling with the hamstrings back into that position, and contract for 2 seconds, and you're good. This is sort of the end product, and the initial first goal with this exercise is to work up to 20 pounds, be able to contract hard for 2 seconds, and do 10 reps. So he's just going to do a couple reps right now because he's pretty shot. We've been doing a lot of hamstrings today, so just going to do a couple reps to demonstrate. Go ahead. Up, 1, 2, back down. Up, 1, 2, back down. 1, 2. Okay, that's good. So, Scott, go ahead, come off there. When you're so you've been doing this maximal contraction for 2 seconds. Why do you think it's so important to do it like that versus just coming up and down?
So coming up and down, it still creates strength, but it creates the same strength that you've already had. Like, I do have strong hamstrings in parts where when I contract, I can really feel the whole hamstring work because it takes all of my hamstring to be able to work. So when you contract, it recruits the whole hamstring as opposed to what you already have a strength in, where just going up and down, you can get away with it and you don't even realize that you're only using half your hamstring.
Did you feel at all, could you feel weaknesses too as we started doing this as well in the certain portions of the hamstring when we contract?
Yeah, it just feels like it really works like throughout the whole thing, where the contraction, I feel like at the bottom of my hamstring, it's really having to work a lot harder, because that is a little bit the weaker part, but when you contract so much that it has to use everything.
Gotcha. So once you master up to 20 pounds, then he's at 3 notches, an inch below. So what we're going to do is we can move it up now. And now he's going to be, when his knees would go, he would be an inch above right here. Now it makes it even harder. And that's when you don't really have to focus on much as the contraction, because you're going to have to contract hard as hell in order to do this. So as soon as you move up, don't worry about that. This is just the developmental stage, working up to 20. And then we do the same thing here, and we work up to 20 pounds on that. And now the athlete's going to be super strong. And if you don't want to take that route, if the athlete is sprinting a lot and you don't want to take that route and put the extra stress on their hamstrings, just keep them 1 inch below, and you can just build up to like 40, 45 pounds. It's going to be great. If they're contracting hard, it's going to be very effective, and you don't even have to take to this extreme. We'll do a cycle, maybe a week or two, where we move them up just to give that extra stress on the hamstrings to make them a lot stronger. But again, it's not completely necessary, but it is an option. So as far as program design, make sure that you do not do the glute ham twice per week. Just do it once per week. And then on the other day, what you can do is you can do leg curls, you can do kickback exercises, other exercise for the hamstring, just to work a different plane and also take some pressure off of that exercise. If you start doing heavy glute ham twice a week, it's just going to be too much, and that's when you're going to see some hamstrings pop. So we build strength on the first day with the glute ham, and then on the second day, we always focus on building endurance in the hamstring, where you're doing 15 to 20 reps to lengthen out the hamstring. So keep that in mind too when you're designing program design. As far as contracting for 2 seconds, generally what we do is you can do that for a month, and then you don't have to, after that, you don't have to do the contraction, and you can just, now that whole entire hamstring, all the motor units are going to be recruited officially in it. And now what you can do is you just work on going up in weight, using 30, 40 pounds, doing sets of 8 to 10. So that's a great way to do it, is use that as your base building tool and then focus on general strength. And you can kind of mix and match and go back and forth between the two, because both are really the key to building up the strength to the highest level. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to our channel, and look for, at the end, we have another video on the hamstring of the base building exercise that we showed you in the initial beginning of this video. So check that out, and tune in for next week's episode.